this episode, I want to be teaching you how to make use of user coordinate system. Most of AutoCAD users, especially engineers, surveyors, find it very difficult to write on a slopy line. I mean a line drawn at a particular angle. It is easy for us to write on a straight line, but a lot of AutoCAD users find it very difficult in writing on a slope line, and instead of that they find a very wrong way of doing that. Most people, they will write their text and rotate at that particular angle of the line, which is very wrong. That's a wrong way of using AutoCAD. It's a very wrong way. Instead of doing that, the best thing to do is to make use of your user coordinate system, which we refer to as UCS. When you look at AutoCAD default, the AutoCAD default is set in WCS, known as World Coordinate System. You can see it here. We have the World Coordinate System here. We have the Y along the vertical axis and the S along the horizontal axis, which means that on this plane, which means that if I'm working on this plane, I'm working on a two-dimensional plane. I'm working on a two-dimensional plane, something like this, which means that I can only work with a with the vertical and the horizontal axis, because that is how the world coordinate system is set if I'm using my auto mode. But if I want to write on a slopy line like this, something like this, there are several ways a lot of people do it. Some people, they will write their text, they will rotate, click on it of their auto mode, rotate to align with that line, which is a wrong way of doing it. Then they will shift it and bring it very close. This is a wrong way of doing it. Even though you might find it easier, or maybe probably you are satisfied with the way you are using it, but it's still the wrong way. So what is not the right way of using AutoCAD when you want to write on a slope line? Now, the best thing to use is to make use of your user coordinate system, which we refer to as UCS. All you need to do is to come to this point, click on it, and you see new UCS. When you click on that new UCS, it will enable you to use, or let me say, to choose your own coordinate system, to choose the plane at which you want to work with. So if, for example, I want to write on this line, I'm going to set my coordinate system here at this point. I'll click on it, then I'm going to rotate the x-axis on that line. I'll click on this line, then you click forward, then you click a point along the y-axis. Once that is done, I can conveniently write on this line, as simple as that. So if I'm writing on, if for example I'm writing on this line, I can just write whatever I like. Maybe I can say 45.0 meter. 45.0 meter. Let me give you a height of 500. Let's say height of, let's say maybe 600 or 700. If I click enter, you can see automatically. So I can easily shift this, even while holding if I on my auto mode. Very easy. You just shift this, as easy as that. If I want to work on this line, I will still go to this point, click on new UCS. I will click on this point, click on this line, that's my x-axis, the plane, then click along the y-axis again. That's all. If I'm typing along this line, I can type whatever I like. Let's say maybe 55.68 meter. I'll give it out of 700 or so. So it will bring along that plane, as easy as that. You don't need to rotate. You don't rotate. That's the wrong way of using AutoCAD. set it. As simple as that. If I want to write on this plane, I just choose a new UCS, click on this point, attach the x-axis to this line, then click along the y-axis. As simple as that. Then I can type whatever I want. You just type, maybe let's say 10.45 meter. Then I'll give you a height of 700. So I'll just click, move it. I can just off this and set it here. As easy as that. If I want to write on this plane also, I'll go to my UCS, new UCS. I'll click on this point, click on this point, and then along y-axis, click on this point. That's all. So let's assume this line is, let's say 30 meters. Click on this line, then 700. That's 30 meters. You don't need to rotate. Don't rotate. That's a wrong way of using AutoCAD. It's a very wrong way. Then you put it on this line. As simple as that. If I want to write on this line, I'm going to pick a new coordinate system. I'll click on this line. I can click set my x-axis on this line, and I'll click it upward. As easy as that. You can easily write on this line. Let's say 90 meters. You can change it to 700. Click enter. That's all. Then you just carry it upward to your preferred place. As simple as that. That's all. You don't need to rotate. That's a wrong way of using AutoCAD. So these are tips, little tips you can use that can make your work efficient, very neat and professional. Don't work like an amateur. Being a surveyor, being an engineer, you must learn how to use the software in the right way. So as simple as that. So when you are done, you can return back to the world coordinate system by clicking WCS. Then you click on it. That's all. That's all. As simple as that. You can see that as I'm zooming in and zooming out, the UCS icon is not moving. It is not moving. It is static. I can make it move, and you can make it static at this point. If you think it is disturbing your work, all you need to do is to type USC icon, click enter. If I say origin, if I put origin now, can you see that it has started moving? So if I do not want it to start moving, I can just press USC icon and I will put it in no origin again. Now I'll click on no origin. Even when I'm zooming in or zooming out, it will still remain static. So these are little tips that will make your work efficient, to make it professional and look more presentable. So at this point, this is where I'm going to be ending this short episode to explain how you can make use of your user coordinate system instead of rotating on a slope line.